Okay, hello everyone. In the first tutorial I didn't go over quite a few of the basic stuff, so I'm going to try and go over some of that right here in this video. Okay, I have, this is a bow greeting I have, so I'm going to shorten it down here because I'm going to actually create a animation here for you. So I'm going to take away a ton of these frames here. And I'm just selecting a frame, highlighting a set, right-clicking, and deleting. Because I want to see. Many times I like to see the whole animation. And here we go. And you can, these windows of characters. All of these windows have little things you can grab to make them, larger, smaller, fit more parts. And then the same thing with this window. One corner will move the image around. Here we go. Here we go. Oh no, this one just gets. Here we go. So yeah, you can grab the corners and move them, stretch them, whatnot. Okay, so here we have this animation. There is no, for some reason, there is no T-frame in here, so we'll add one later. So let's see, I want to make the whole thing, I don't want to make any movement in it, so I'm going to copy the first frame to the last frame, and then blend it all. So now there is no movement in this animation. So now let's take the first frame, or actually the 0 frame because there's no T frame, and if I just select any part just like this, or part, and then select from here, collar, and then these lines, you move that part around. Okay. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to make kind of like a jump thing. I'm not even going to use it or sell it, but I'm just as an example for you. So I'm going to choose frame 7 here and move his height here. So I want him to come close to the ground. He's going to do like a little jump. So we'll move his chest and everything a bit forward, bend his arms. Alright, move his legs up. Oops. Let's move it off to the side here so we can match this up. Alright, there's one side. This other side. Okay. And his legs should probably a little farther apart here. Okay, now. So we have the down to the ground. And I'll actually make that 2 frames at the lowest point. And then right about here, frame 20. Let's say he's up in the air, so I'll have to move his body again. And of course his feet are going to be going downward. And maybe his arms are bent a little. And his neck is back a little bit. And he's looking up into the sky. And let's not get too complicated here. So now here is him jumping, and it looks like he could jump a little higher too. Let's go like that. Okay, so there's jumping. We'll make that high point 2 frames. And now he's going to come back down to the ground, so I'll just take this frame from here and move it down here. And make that 2 frames. Okay, so we have the basic structure here, and I'll start on the 1 frame here, and now I'm going to just blend these all together. there. That looks a bit long, but I can adjust that. Maybe not. A couple frames too long. And right back to the start. And let's see how this goes. See, so that's, basic moving of the parts and the avatar. Remember R to start, R to stop, and the speed doesn't look too bad, so we'll leave it. But I think this back landing is a little bit long. So what we can do is I have this all highlighted, so sometimes you have to click twice to the first point and find the last point, which I think is there. And now here we have under frames, you see I could reverse the whole order of the frame. I could slow down selected range by adding frames, or speed up selected range by removing frames. So I want to speed it up. So let's just take away 2 frames out of here. And when you use this feature too, the program itself is taking the rest of the frames and blending them. So at the same time that you're taking away frames, you're blending too. So I use that feature all the time. Sometimes I'll for an animation, I'll just use 5 frames and set up all the poses and then add in the frames in between for the movement. So depending on how you want to use it. Let me give an example here. If you want the waist to tilt from all the way through the frame, but you want it to be exactly the same. You don't want it moving around or anything like that. So I'm going to make this 5. So I can click any of these numbers and change them manually without having to grab these points and move them around. Alright, now the last 2 items I want to go over are the speed. Right now, the animation, I mean, it's not a bad speed for what the action is, but I want to show you how to change it. So it's at 25 frames per second. So let's look at this. We have 39 frames, which is actually 40 frames because I'm going to add in a T frame. So that's actually less than 2 seconds there. So let's just make this 2 seconds. We're at 25. It's going to be 40 frames, so 20 frames per second. And let's see the speed. That might actually be better. But let's do something wacky with it just to show you. Let's go down to 4 frames per second. See, now it's moving very slow. Okay. And let's go back to 20 frames per second. And now we're going to add the T frame. Very simple, very simple. First frame. Add first frame and perturb. So there we go. And you might have to adjust this T frame, adjust the height or whatever to match up exactly with the other frames. But that's it. Basically, just some points. Hope this helps. See you next time.